Hello, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. Our firm handles primarily sexual harassment and discrimination in the workplace. But today we're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, the confidant and person of some connection to Jeffrey Epstein, who famously entertained the elites of the world, the ex-U.S. and maybe even sitting U.S. presidents, royalty, British royalty, many of the greatest minds of MIT and in our tech sector, entertaining them at his private island, where he allegedly procured for them underage sexual partners. And of course, Miss Maxwell, if you're not familiar with the background here, there's a great documentary on Netflix that I highly recommend. Of course, Mr. Epstein is deceased now. The official version being that he committed suicide in prison. Of course, I think anyone who realistically followed that story would tell you that the popular meme that Mr. Epstein did not commit suicide but was murdered is far more likely given the evidence as we have it. And of course, that makes a lot of sense because so many of the wealthy and powerful politicians of our nation had much to do with Mr. Epstein, right? So now Miss Maxwell has been apprehended, charged with a variety of things, including perjury and everything on up to, it seems there's allegations that she procured these underage women and then pressured these women to commit sexual acts with Mr. Epstein and potentially groomed them to commit sexual acts with other men as well. The allegations are online. You can look those up. I'm not the best person to summarize this news story, but I'm making this video because a federal judge last Thursday ordered to keep parts of the criminal transcript of Miss Maxwell's case under seal, specifically ruling that the disclosure would do nothing more than cater to the desire to know things that are sensational and impure. Let me get the quote for you here. The judge, I believe, stated, "Those portions of the transcript which were redacted in the civil matter concern privacy interests, and their disclosure would merely serve to cater to a craving for that which is sensational and impure." This is Judge Allison Nathan writing in a ruling, and goes on. The court thus concludes that such redactions are justified. Now, let me be clear. I do not know what has and has not been redacted, right? We can't know what has been redacted. We don't know the contents of those documents, of those missives, of those writings. I can tell you that is a very strange decision, bordering on bizarre. I can also tell you that when you have a very bad man, and by all accounts, Mr. Epstein was a very bad man, as was Miss Maxwell. She was a very bad woman. When you have a situation where world leaders, very, very powerful people, had a great deal of contact with this man, with Mr. Epstein and Miss Maxwell, and flew on Mr. Epstein's plane multiple times, and may have done very bad things, and may have been compromised by Mr. Epstein. Many allegations include claims that Epstein would procure evidence of these powerful individuals, scientists, world leaders, politicians, in compromised positions with possibly with underage youth, with underage sexual partners, things of that nature, right? Though these are the allegations, of which I have no personal knowledge. I cannot tell you if they're true or not. I can say there's a general notion that where there's lots of smoke, there may be fire, right? But why? Why would Miss Maxwell's privacy be so important? Why would we not want to know? Why would we not want the world to know what these powerful people may or may not have gotten up to, right? I assume that's what maybe these redactions deal with. I don't know that. I just don't think this ruling is in the good interest of the nation. I think this is a real mistake. I don't know if this ruling was made out of fear. I don't know if this ruling was made out of some kind of misguided logic. But this ruling disturbs me. I don't think it serves the nation. I don't think it serves justice. Certainly, I do not have firsthand knowledge of the case. I'm not working on the case. I'm not privy to any of the facts that have been redacted. I just am very disturbed by this decision. And I think there should be a public outcry. This should not be let to happen.